it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
In 5, 4.
Well,
Hey, it's a Chickenfoot
we're
podcast, and I'm Arthur Spooner, and that is Judah Buddha. Yes. Every time I like our intro, and I like the do it live.
you love to do it live.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job on the intro and the outro. Both of them
Oh,
were
yeah?
really good. Yeah, the music and the
I
text, everything. I thought you did
I
a good
love
job.
the music. I have to say, like I've made a lot of intros in my life, and this intro and outro is like my favorite.
Mm,
It's just chill.
yeah.
So we were gonna do a meme this morning. We're gonna do a meme today. You know, do the meme.
Oh, meme.
But
Oh.
we could do a meme. But I feel like we need to hone down the comedy. You know, we got to get to the comedy that we like the most and that fits our show the most. I feel like memes do not fit our show at all, in the sense that, well, like making memes. I think looking at memes is fine. We can still look at memes, but dissecting memes, like,
Yeah.
or making memes, I think making memes doesn't really go with who we are and our show. One thing is because we want to be evergreen. We want to stay away from the BS that's going on in our society politically and all that. And those are the things that memes thrive off of. They thrive off of the junk, the toxicity.
Yeah.
I think that's the secret ingredient of memes is toxicity, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's kind of the trolling, the making fun of, and it's always up to date, current affairs. So
current events,
current events. So the pandemic, which is another thing we're trying to avoid discussion on, and politics, which we're always trying to stay away from on here, and then cultural events. You know, like other than maybe something, you know, not innocuous like Marvel movies or, you know, like something like that. But to anything that could be controversial, we're trying to stay away from that. But those are the things that are great fodder for memes.
You know, to me, and I was thinking about this, a meme is like the evolution of sarcasm. I think what makes the best kind of memes is like, it's like a tangible or physical, or not. I guess it's not tangible or physical, but it's like a representation, a picture representation of verbal and illustrative representation of sarcasm. You know, it's like sarcasm in one bite.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, picture says 1,000 words. So when you combine several pictures, it's so one of the memes that just sticks in my head, in, you know, has to do with current events and politics. At the time, it was It. Remember It, with the killer clown. The first It was being released, and that was when Donald Trump was starting to run for office.
Okay.
And so the famous scene where Pennywise is in the sewer, and you could see like his eyes and stuff. And so there's a meme where it's got Donald Trump where you just see his eyes, and he's in the sewer, he's scary, you know, all this kind of stuff. And all those just ideas and pictures together evoke so much emotion and ideas and stuff. So it's like the emotion, then just the subtle ideas that these images invoke, and then the text. and then you're right up here. Then they want you to be up here. So you got to describe all that kind of stuff. And like you said, it's just very not Chickenfoot. Not at all.
Yeah, we're looking for hilarity.
It's more,
and
memes are more pig's feet. Am I right? Oh, that one lost our viewer. I take it back. It's Chickenfoot. It's Chickenfoot.
Maybe it was my laugh. Well, the way I think we can throw it out the door and bring it back through the window is memes, because a meme has a lot to do with inside jokes. We could think of ways, like as we develop our own culture here, our own society here, our own Chickenfoot society, is like do memes that really just make fun of us.
Yeah,
I think that would be the way to do it. Like, you take pictures of Spider-Man, that kind of things. It's like, as long as you bring it back to what makes Chickenfoot, making fun of Chickenfoot or inside jokes of Chickenfoot, I think that could work.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I think that's our humor. And our humor is a little bit of, we do poke fun at each other and poke fun at ourselves, right? But hardly ever memes are like that, self-deprecating. They're more focused on another direction,
Yeah, you're right. They're always like deprecating somebody else
because
like
it's on
party.
Yeah, because
all the parties or something.
Yeah, how are you gonna be self-deprecating with anonymous? Because that's the whole thing. It's an anonymous thing. Few people are like, these are my memes. I'm making these memes. It's usually like memes are going around. They're Russian hackers for all I know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
and they're and it's about the anonymity that you don't know who it's from.
That's true.
And so it's never
kind of a safe way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look what this guy said.
Yeah.
I'm doing it too.
Yeah. It's almost like remember The Office where Michael's getting in trouble where he's forwarding all these emails. He's like, I'm not making it. I'm just forwarding. I'm just passing it along. You know what I mean? I'm not writing it.
It's like dirty stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? I'm not perverted. I didn't make it.
Yeah. I remember the funny line that he has is, he's like, it's not appropriate for work. He's like, that's what a joke is. Jokes aren't appropriate. No, he says inappropriate jokes are not for work. He says, well, that's what a joke is, inappropriate. It's not a joke unless it's inappropriate.
And see, it's kind of true.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to, in lieu of a meme, I made, me and a friend of mine, Teo, made a video. It's kind of like a little movie, end of the year video. Where are you in 10 years? And it's only funny if you see my part because you it'd only be funny for you because you know me.
Yeah.
There's other parts in it that like it's inside jokes, but I think you'll get my part. And I'll say I drew a lot from, I was very into The Office at the time.
Okay.
And actually I won't say any more about it, but I want you to see like what Office do you think, what season or whatever do you think I was drawing from? All right.
I'm pretty good with The Office. I've seen it so many times that I might be able to pick the actual scene or the jokes or what it plays off of. Okay. So we'll see. It
might be a trick question. You want to just show it?
Parks and Rec. I got it.
Actually.
All right.
So let's not get rid of you. Can we do? Let's see. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna play it, and feel free to just make a comment, like interrupt it. We can pause it, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just.
So I made this at the end of 2017. No, 2007. And it's like, where are you in 10 years? and it was a counseling department. So know that this is we were showing this to the whole counseling department at the end of our
Okay.
graduation. What do you notice about the card?
The rapist life code.
No, that's his therapist. You know what's funny is like sometimes I'll see these pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll be like looking for stock photos. And I'll see these are like real typical stock photos that we just hung up on the wall.
I like it. You can hear the clacking of the keys.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. There you go.
Nice hairstyle. Pause it for a second. Pause it for a second. Oh my goodness, dude! It's such a blast from the past. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you like to keep like the sides trimmed down, but this is just like Fro City, man. That's just the one thing. It was just kind of like always, just like your hair was just like everywhere. You know, did you when you get up in the morning back then? Did you just say, "I don't care"? Yeah, I mean,
No.
did you comb your hair? Did you poof it out?
No, I would actually. I think I only used my fingers like for this, but actually, when we were in college, I had a fro. For those of you who don't know, in college, I had a fro, and actually, I have it saved somewhere. I got to find that, but. I had a fro in college, and I kind of kept it. This is my last year of graduate school, and I kind of went back to the fro. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I was married. I wasn't trying to get any girls or anything, and maybe it was just kind of like don't care. Oh, but also I wanted to look kind of crazy for this video.
You also look like you look slimmer in the face now.
Now?
Yeah, you do have like pull it where it's just us two.
Okay.
To where you can minimize the. You seem like you have just a little bit more defined. And maybe it's the hair that you got a more defined shape to your face.
And
because go back to it, you'll see like your cheeks and your nose are more bubbly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was more. Well, I think it was more muscle. Like now I think as we age, I think this is kind of a sad thing about age. I've been looking at my dad and stuff, and as we age, I think our muscles just start to sag down, and it makes it like flatter.
Well,
but like I think that's just like a taut muscle.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the one thing is, go back to just us two. Is when I look at myself, these lines I never see before, but now it's like always like, where are these coming from? I'm like, man, it's like the reverse bags. Like, some people get poofy eyes, mine like go in. Like, where are you gonna be in 10 years? Like this. That's where I'm gonna be. You're gonna be like straight, like more handsome.
I'm just gonna be like this.
I'm gonna be like Skeletor.
Well, you know what's interesting about both you and I is we both have baby faces. You maybe more than me, but both of us get mistaken for way younger than we are.
Yeah. We do have a baby face, and that's part of the reason why. Like when I shave. And I'm clean shaven, people will mistake me for 28, 29, 30.
If I didn't have the white, people think I'm in my 20s. But
people think you're like early 30s, mid 30s?
20s.
No, right now.
You mean, right now, yeah. And what the main thing is when I say I have kids, they're like, you have kids? You have 4 kids? I'm like, I'm 40 years old. Like,
yeah.
That's not really weird. They're like, So I think a lot of mine comes from, like, I act really young.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, wouldn't trust 4 kids with you.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I think we do have kind of baby faces. It's
Well, one of the things is both of us have little noses. One of the most distinct, like one of the markers of old age, is a big nose. So the bigger your nose is, like the harder it is to look young.
yeah. And then, well, one thing is I always have really small eyebrows. Sometimes when I'm looking at myself, it's like I got like Hitler eyebrows. You know, like the Hitler mustache eyebrows, where it's like really, really short. You know what I mean? Just enough to show that I discriminate. Just kidding.
What's funny about that is recently I've been working on making a T-shirt, Chickenfoot podcast T-shirt, coming at you 2022. Anyways, I had somebody draw us.
Oh yeah, a
caricature, and it was the worst. I look like some kind of Arabian Night, and you look like. And one of the things I went back and fixed it. And one of the things I realized is they give you like thick eyebrows like mine, like coming down here and stuff. I was like, that doesn't look like him at all. And so I did it, and what I did is I erased this part of your eyebrows that look way more like you.
You know, it's funny. It's like when you go see like an old or even like a buddy movie, you gotta have opposites. You know what I mean? Like they can't be like, and we're like the the photo negative of each other. You're like all up here, and I'm like all down here. You know what I mean?
I need to shave my beard, and then we'll be like, well, but I'll be pretty soon. I'll be like, I'm gonna start shaving my head soon.
But I think it's just in our personality. We got to have enough in common to be part of the buddy stuff. But at the same time, we have different perspective. I just think it just comes natural. It's just a coincidence. But well, if you do the caricature with if they're just going to do the heads, if they do the whole body, they got to put the feet chicken. You know, like we're sitting down or we're walking, we're in shorts or in pants, and the feet are chicken feet.
Let me see. I might be able to share it. See what I have. Like it's been a long time. Oh wait, here it is. Okay, here. Is this it? I've got the one that he did, and it's like terrible. Okay. Yeah, I can't find it. I'll show you the one that he did, and you tell me if this looks like.
Well, caricatures is another thing we should talk about sometime because that is a good art form, and it's kind of like it really. Dude, that guy, no. Well, one, he makes us look like our eyes are off.
Yeah, I know.
And
it does not look like you at all. It doesn't look like me at all.
The eyebrows, you're right. The other thing, I mean, it's been years since I've wore makeup and lipstick. I mean, so I don't know where he's getting this. And then I like how he highlights pimples on my forehead. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's put the pimples on his forehead. I think the person, well, one, when you said caricature, that was not the picture I had in my mind. I was thinking like the typical caricature. You go to the beach, and it'll be like, exaggerated features. Yeah, so like my head would be bigger, and we have like teeny noses.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely don't think that's us. No.
It needs serious work. I paid $30 for that too.
Well, one, I think. Can you put it up again?
Yeah. Here, let me find it. I was trying to find the one that I did, but I must have called it something else.
So one, I think. The eyes somehow loses us because I think the eyes are too.
Wait, just a minute. What were we saying?
So I think the eyes lose us. You know, like
Yeah.
I think and then the eyebrows, and then I think the color palette
Yeah.
is the other thing, because it almost looks like the person just took photos or images from us,
Yeah, I think they just took my because
And
that's just the photo I sent them.
and they just put like a artistic filter on it, and then
Yeah.
tweaked the, because you could put it like a drawing filter on it to make it look like it's drawn,
That's probably what they did.
and then they
Yeah.
just tweaked it, and they went through and they added some color and they changed it. But
Because that's terrible. And I was like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
putting that on a t-shirt. Doesn't it, like, if you squint your eyes and like put it far away, maybe, but
I think it would be better represented if we do the typical caricature.
all right. Well, maybe
like exaggerated features, and even if well,
next week, me and you, let's just spend the time doing our own caricatures. Let's like
Okay.
draw it. Like we'll share a screen. We'll figure out a way we can draw it together. We'll draw our characters.
You know what you could do is on the front, you have like the Chickenfoot podcast logo.
Yeah.
And our heads, remember like the Three Stooges where it's just their heads in a circle?
Yeah.
Sort of like the lion in Warner Brothers or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
And then on the back, you have us, like our backside, and you can see our feet are chicken feet, and we're like leaning through the hole.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. I found a really good screen print, guys. So let's do it. Let's get it done.
Okay. Well, that was the best 30 seconds of a movie I think I've ever seen.
Do you want to?
And it's
watch?
all right. We can keep going.
You have a good story?
Let's see. I told you about Dodge Payne, right?
What? No.
From TFC.
Dodge Payne?
Mr. Dodge and Nan Payne.
Oh, yeah.
I told you about the Christmas gift blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see here. I told you about my mom's shark attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, did I ever tell you the time about my dad getting in the wrong van?
Getting in the wrong van. Yeah.
Okay. Did I ever tell you about the time where somebody was yelling outside the window, and they're like, "Man, my hands are cold," and the guy's like, "My hands are cold. I can't even feel my fingers." And my dad goes, "Here, feel these." He sticks his hands out. He sticks his hands out as he's driving off.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I got a good story.
All right.
So you need to look at that guy right there. Okay. That guy right there. That was exactly the time this story takes place. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine, the guy who made this video with me, reminded me of the story. He said it was the funniest thing in his whole career. And we had a lot of funny times. So me and him, so we were doing we were getting our master's degree in counseling, and our last year was mostly dominated by us doing a practicum, which is us actually doing practicum. And we did a practical counseling and we did it with the school counseling. What is it called? The school counseling department, like we or not the department, but like where people went to get counseling at the school. And so we were counselors there, and we had to run groups to get a certain amount of hours. And we ran this group called Laughing with You. And Laughing with You is basically, we ran a group for people that had social anxiety. and we would do improv
Oh
and
yeah,
group
that's fun.
counseling
Yeah.
with them. Well, our last day of like class is just like our very last thing we had to do was this. We had to we had to terminate end up this group. It was our last group, you know, and so this guy right here and Theo, the other guy, had to do it. But I was making this video all night the night before because we had to show it at the end of the year banquet.
Okay.
Well, we get to group and I tell Theo, I'm like, dude, I am exhausted. I'm barely able to keep my eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, just tough it out. This is our last group. Let's just do it. And I'm like, all right. And we get in there and we were going to do like the skit and stuff. But this one girl like hijacks the group. So, like, she had this like thing that happened in her family, and you know, it was like a social anxiety situation, and she's telling the story, and I fall asleep. He said I was just going like this. Mm-hmm. 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 And she's like spilling her guts about like this difficult situation she had, and he could not keep from like he was like stifling a laugh the whole time because this is like a circle in a group and everybody's looking at her except for him. He's kind of like taking, you know, he's looking and he sees me like this. I'm just like this, like out.
Yeah.
And he has to like take over the group, but he keeps looking over at me. And the whole, it's a 45-minute group. And the whole time he has to like not only take over the group, but he has to stifle the laugh. You know, like he gets like tickled. He gets just this like, he can't stop thinking about the fact that I'm over there just sleeping while this girl is like, and then my dad said this awful thing, and you know, I don't remember. I was sleeping, but and he told that story because he showed me this video, and then he told that story.
Well, it's always anytime you're doing group, because I feel like it happens to me too. If I'm doing a process group, and you're sitting there and you're listening, one of the things, it's like my yawn reflex starts kicking in. I don't know why. And I want to go, you know, that's what I want to do. And I'm like holding it in. So, but you can kind of see my nose yawn. That's the only way I can get it out. And I say I'm yawning. And so I don't know so if I'm doing a psychoeducational group where it's more like I'm giving information and then we're processing it and we're talking about how it affects our lives and how it could interact with our lives, that keeps me engaged. But when we're sitting there and listening, just that mentally it can drain you. People don't understand. Like,
my gosh. Well, that reminds me. This time I struggled most with that was I feel so bad, but I worked for America Reads for a while, and I was working nights at the hotel, and then the afternoon I would sleep, I'd go to class, and then I would go to America Reads where you help children read, and I'd be like, okay, read this part, and they're like, so the fox, and I go like this. I'd start drifting off. But the worst part wasn't that I was falling asleep. I would start dreaming, and I would start asking them questions about my dream. And they would look at me like, so I'd be like, they're like, and the fox went. I was like, yeah, but what about the green box? They would be like, what?
My mom's like, I'm so glad I don't need therapy. You know, it's interesting doing therapy. When I started in this field, I never had been so mentally exhausted ever. Like I never realized how I'd get home and my mind would just be like kaput. You know, unlike like physically.
It's amazing how much counseling can drain you.
Oh man. And because you're really being intent to their words and so focused on what they're saying that it's tough. I a long time ago, this is the last story. I was in a relationship with a girl, and she would say, "Man, you are sometimes like the best listener, and then sometimes you don't listen at all." And one of the things I realized is that one of the skills I learned is how to fake listen. You know, like, you ever do that where sometimes you're like you're trying to do because you're busy at work and you've got so much stuff going on, and then a client might walk in your door and like engage in you, and you're really trying to process other stuff. So you begin to like these listening.
You know the words
you
the
used
words
to do.
to
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay,
wow,
yeah,
what was that like?
Really?
Dude, one time I had this one